He has spoken on the topics faith, family, and freedom in Cuba, Belgium, Brazil, Congo, UK, and all over the USA to crowds from 14 to 40,000. International leadership speaker, trainer, and coach. Author of Learn to Raw Leadership, Attitude Hack, Live a More Excellent Life, 5 Battle Strategies of a Victorious Warrior. 2021 President's Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. Founding partner of the John Maxwell team. Toastmaster International Speech Competition semi-finalist. Founder of Tell It Like It Is TV, ThatGuyRocks.com and ThatGuySpeaks.com. Creator of Story Power TV, Transforming Grace TV, and Leading Leaders Podcast. Producer of 4 TV programs and podcasts for Liftable TV and World Trumpet Television, as well as multiple social media channels. Please help me welcome J Loren Norris.
When I was a kid, I actually used to lie to get myself into trouble. I would take blame for things that I didn't do. I was so convinced that I was the one in the wrong that I would lie to get myself into trouble. And I can tell you many, many, many times I heard the phrase, the truth will set you free. No, the truth always led to a whooping. Every time I told the lie, the truth, some version of the two of them, I ended up with a spanking or grounded or with my nose against the wall for long periods of time. Myself and the truth had a very tough relationship in the early days. It's kind of what I want to talk about today on Leading Leaders.
Subscribe now for our extensive video library of leadership lessons promoting faith, family, and freedom.
I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. And if you've ever heard the phrase, the truth will set you free, you know that usually the truth, before it sets you free, it's going to exact a price from you. Yeah, there's going to be a price to pay for telling the truth. There's almost always a price to pay for telling the truth. When you tell the truth, it's going to cost you something. Now the question is, if the cost of telling the truth, the price of telling the truth, is worth more than the price that will be exacted from you eventually from lying. We like to think that a lie is just a little white lie, eventually will come out in the wash. And nobody will really care about it. Nobody really pays any attention to it. So, what's the harm? Especially if that little white lie could, save someone's feelings, keep you from losing your job, get you into political office, give you more power or influence, get you the raise that you wanted. Recently, it's come out in the news, and I don't remember exactly what the source was, but I'm sure you can look it up on one of the 42 billion search engines. There was a report that came out that said several people had been fired from very high-level jobs because they lied, not just on their resume, but actually had people falsify their references and their testimonials or their referrals from these other people. So they were in positions of high power and high influence with zero credibility to be there. They had no credentials, no education, no past experience. They just had a bunch of people around them who believed the lie they told and were willing to lie with them and for them. That's a scary thought when you think about the level of influence that certain people have based on their education. They've got the degree, they've got the title that must make them qualified to discuss such topics. Even if they lied about the degree, even if they never really finished the schooling, even if they never did the homework or went to class or registered at that college. You see, there are a lot of people out there who are willing to lie to gain power. A lot of people who are willing to lie to gain financial position or political prowess or opportunity or relationship. We know that guys always lie about their intent relationally when what they're looking for is, yeah. All teenage guys, all young adult men, they kind of have a reputation for being dogs because they have one goal in mind, and whatever lie they have to tell to achieve that goal, well, they're going to lie. They're going to lie. And young ladies, I raised 2 daughters and 2 sons, and young ladies are cautioned and warned. He'll be sweet. He'll lie. He'll take you to dinner. He'll lie. He'll buy you treats. He'll lie. He'll tell you a nice story about his family. He'll lie. He'll introduce you to his mother, and he'll lie some more until he gets what he wants, and then he'll lie somewhere else. Just seems to be the way, right? The challenge that we're running into these days is that the truth will set you free. Telling the truth will free you from a whole lot of things. Sometimes it will free you from your freedom. Sometimes it will free you from your money. Sometimes it will free you from your job. Yeah, telling the truth is expensive. It's costly. Telling the truth is going to cost you something. Being devoted, committed, and sold out to the truth, well, that could literally cost you everything. Being committed and sold out to the truth could cost you your life. It's happened. Look up Fox's Book of Martyrs if you think I'm kidding, and just read the hundreds of years of history of people who were committed to an idea that they believed to be true, to the extent that they were boiled in oil, released into pits with lions, eaten alive for the entertainment of others, put on stakes and burned as flags or lamps in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's all happened because they held on to what they believed to be the truth. They held on to the truth, and it cost them everything. But here's the first thing it's going to cost you when you tell the truth. It's going to cost you followers. I was listening to some guys talk yesterday, and it was a very heated discussion at some points about different ideologies and worldviews and history in America and around the world. And one of them said, when I started expressing that particular truth, and I'll let you try to figure out what that truth was, but he said, when I began expressing that particular truth, people stopped coming. People stopped showing up when I would speak. The audience began to dwindle. But I didn't let go of the truth. I didn't let go of what I believed to be true, even when that truth was inconvenient, even when that truth hurt other people's feelings, even when that truth cost me financially, when it cost me relationally, when it cost me emotionally. I didn't let go of that truth. See, he believed that truth to be so relevant, so powerful, so important that the truth itself would transform people, that the truth itself would make a difference in the life of others, that the truth itself, as hard as it might be to swallow, it's worth holding on to, it's worth expressing, it's worth repeating, it's worth teaching, it's worth living out. And truth is like that. How do you know? Well, because if you've ever told a lie, you know that it takes more effort to remember the lie and then either expand upon it or excuse it or dance around it. And if you've ever embellished that one little aspect just a little bit for one person or a group of people, and then you tell the same lie again, but it's got to be embellished in another way for a different group of people or person, you may find somewhere that people from each of those two groups have crossed over or collaborated, and now your lie is all full of holes because you told group A something different than you told group B, and your lie is going to catch up with you, and that's going to cost you more than having told the truth would in the first place. See, the truth will set you free is a very powerful statement, and it has a lot of depth and meaning. If you think I'm kidding, just try sometime with your spouse, even if you warn them ahead of time. I'm going to tell you a lie sometime today. Here's what's going to happen. Your heart rate is going to go up. Cortisol in your body is going to change to a new level. Your adrenaline's going to go up. Your body, while you're lying, is going to go into a fight or flight mode. And all of the hormonal things that happen in your body, all the chemical soup that's going on in your brain and in your muscle cells and in your heart rate and in your blood cells, all of it will change while you're telling a lie. How do we know? Because the lie detector test measures exactly those things. Heart rate, breath, temperature of the skin, blood pressure. That's what the lie detector machine is measuring. All of the biophysical markers of telling a lie. And whether the spouse or the friend or the employer knows that you're lying or not, your body does. And you will pay the price in your body in the form of anxiety and inflammation, possibly stress, which will lead to weight gain and odd pains in weird places. See, all of that is the effect of lying. Well, what is the effect of telling the truth? It's the effect of having peace, even when all of the negative consequences of telling the truth begin to come into play. When you tell the truth and you lose a friend, it's better to have a friend who would prefer that you lie to them, no longer be a friend, than to be stuck in a relationship where you have to lie just to keep them. I'd much rather tell the truth and realize that wasn't a real friend in the first place. But see, the greatest value of telling the truth is that you will very quickly find the ability to live at peace with yourself and others, even when telling the truth costs you greatly. When it costs you friends, when it costs you jobs, when it costs you money, when it costs you power, when it costs you political influence, when it costs you opportunity. But telling the truth still brings peace. Now you know you've reconciled yourself with truth. The hardest part is going to be when you begin to realize that truth sometimes doesn't care about your feelings. Oh, okay, let me clarify. Truth never cares about your feelings. It doesn't. Truth doesn't care how you feel about truth. You want to test my theory? Ask gravity. Jump up on the top of a building, prepare yourself to jump down, explain your fear to gravity. Explain the depth of the emotions that you're feeling and the anxiety that comes with knowing that you're going to splat like an omelet on the sidewalk, and wait for gravity to take pity on you, so instead of falling, you will fly. You're going to be waiting a long, long time. See, truth doesn't care about your feelings. Truth isn't anchored on your emotions. If my emotions and your emotions are different about a particular truth, that truth still doesn't care. It doesn't care if you're happy and I'm sad, or I'm happy and you're sad. It doesn't care. Truth is truth. And the faster you can come, at whatever age in life you are now, the faster you can come to reconcile yourself to the fact that truth is truth, that it doesn't care about your feelings. Truth is truth, and it doesn't care about your politics. Truth is truth. If a Baptist, a Buddhist, and a Muslim all jump out of an airplane together, gravity pulls them all in the same direction back toward the earth with no respect for their religious belief or their rank within their religious realm. Couldn't care less. Couldn't care less. A liberal, a Democrat, a Republican, a socialist, a communist, a fascist, all jump out of an airplane. Guess which way they go? Down. Why? Because gravity doesn't care about your politics. Gravity is a law. It is a truth. It is an absolute. Now, here's where the real rub comes. When you start living according to truth, according to facts that don't care about your feelings, there will be people in your life whose feelings you hurt. There will be people in your life, people you lead, who will stop following you. There will be people in your life who, up to this point, you've had great influence in their life. They've really respected what you've had to say. They wanted to hear from you on a regular basis. They wanted to be in touch with you, to be a subscriber on your channel, to follow you when you go and speak at places, to read all of your books, to tell other people about you. And the minute you tell them a truth that's inconvenient to them, that's uncomfortable to them, that rubs their feelers the wrong way, they're out of here. They are out of here. You know, there was a guy one time that had a picnic for 5,000 people, fed 5,000 people in a day. Yep. At the end of the day, he left. When he comes back the next day, all those people are right back there waiting on him to feed him again. And he's like, hold up. I don't have any intentions of feeding you today. I'm just here to talk. And they all left. The minute you give people the truth, rather than the conveniences that they seek from you, they might leave. They might just walk away. But the truth will still set you free. You will have peace knowing that you've told the truth. And oh yeah, all of those biochemical markers that the lie detector test is looking for, when you're telling the truth, they're not present. The anxiety, not going to be the same level. The cortisol and the high levels of adrenaline and the stress and the hormones released in your body that cause your body to react to fight or flight, the heart rate, the blood pressure, the sweaty palms, not the same when you tell the truth. It'll cost you friends, finances, position, influence. Telling the truth will cost you. It'll cost you followers. But leaders learn to reconcile themselves to the fact that a great leader who tells the truth may have fewer followers but greater influence. A great leader who tells the truth may have fewer followers but greater influence. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.